Okay, thank you, Melanie. Thank you for staying with me. PharmAbcine is a clinical stage public company located in South Korea. I found this company in September 3rd, 2008 by engagement from Novartis and OrbiMed, and they became the largest shareholder and they exited after our public IPO with big stakes. Unfortunately, when they left, there was rumors around and the stock price falling down. But our clinical trials and assets are dramatically progressing. And due to the time, we'll just go with take-home message. So our leading asset called Olinvacimab is anti-VEGF-2 antibody, and it differentiates from cyramza, Avastin, gel trap, and small molecule like lenvatinib and axitinib, because olinvacimab doesn't cause any side effects like hypertension, internal bleeding, hemorrhage, or GI perforation, or proteinuria, which are common side effects for Avastin and other marketed drugs. And because of this clean safety profile, it is ideal to combine with other anti-cancer drugs. And unfortunately, there is no anti-cancer drug without side effects. So it will be good, at least one of them has a clean safety profile. And PharmAbcine and Merck initiate Olinvacimab Keytruda combo trial for two trials, for recurrent GBM, and the other one is metastatic triple-negative breast cancer. I'll just tell you that Olinvacimab Keytruda combo delivered 50% ORR and close to 70% DCR, and still clean safety profile. As you know, Keytruda monotherapy in mTNBC study called Keynote 109 delivered just 9.7% ORR. So in the presence of Olinvacimab, the clinical benefit will increase fivefold. And we are doing now phase 2. After Merck and PharmAbcine filed new IP for this combo as a single drugs. And we have exciting novel anti-VISTA neutralizing fully human IgG1, all completed with IND package and CMC, etc. So ready for phase 1 in Australia. Prior to that, I have to raise some money because due to the COVID-19 for last 3 years, we consume a lot of money, and the CMC cost was almost double actually. It is exciting that VISTA antibody in the combination with anti-PD-1 always synergistic in terms of anti-tumor effect. So it is still in embargo, so I cannot tell the partner company name, but PMC 309 mono is clear after phase 1. Then our partner will provide their anti-PD-1 antibody for combo trial for phase 1B and 2. And we do actually have a PMC-42 and 43. There are anti-Tie2 activating antibody. This is really novel. And when you bind Tie2 and activate downstream signaling, usually leaky, disorganized, dysfunctional pathological vessel turn to healthy normal vessels. And PMC-42 and 43 has totally different epitope and different biology. And PMC-42 will be diabetic peripheral neuropathy phase 1. Everything is ready, just need the money to initiate phase 1. PMC-43, we completed 2 IND packages, for one ophthalmology in intravitreal injection, the other systemic injection for oncology. PMC-43 in oncology is not anti-cancer directly targeting antibody, but combined with IO, combined with radiation, combined with chemo, it is always synergistic. And this oncology is in hold until we have the sufficient money. But PMC-43 for wet AMD, we will initiate within this year. GLP PK talks until monkey is everything clear. It's good. And Olinvacimab usually renormalize chaotic tumor vessel so that our innate immune cell can enrich in tumor microenvironment in efficient way so that the Keytruda combo works. But it is transient manner. But PMH42 and PMH43, they renormalize vessel in permanent manner. So it has the value. And as I said, we are looking for partners, funding, etc. So this is just a snapshot of the selected pipeline. I will just bring the difference of healthy vessel and pathological vessels. And this pathological vessel paradoxically protect our tumor microenvironment so that tumor can be more aggressively metastatic stages, etc. And this is the normal vessel and tumor vessel. And as you can see, there's a huge difference between healthy and tumor. And actually, tumor, every patient has different tumor. And also the tumor vessel is different, but they are not healthy vessel morphology, as you can see. So normalization of tumor vessel is very important to have an anti-tumor effect. And fortunately, we have evolved the science that VEGF-2 pathway is not only involving just the tumor angiogenesis, but it plays as a control tower to maintain immunosuppressive environment of tumor microenvironment. So that's why olinvacimab is there. And we had good data from recurrent GBM trial and Keytruda combo in recurrent GBM and mTNBC with Keytruda combo. And now the trend is IO is always combined with VEGF-2 antagonizing molecule. And as you can see from clinical trial perspective, it has the best clinical output combined with Keytruda with anti-VEGFs or VEGF-2 rather than the IO or IO plus chemo, etc. So that's why we are working on it. And we had promising data, but the limited funding, we have to prioritize. So we are now, this is the water plot. These patients are still in compassionate use. So Keytruda, you can get up to 35 cycles. And once the Merck left, a patient want to have olinvacimab, so we are providing our olinvacimab as a monotherapy, and patients are still more than a year doing great. So I think olinvacimab is a great drug for mTNBC at least. And that's why we're doing phase 2. And we are expanding the trial sites even in Abu Dhabi and in other areas too, because Abu Dhabi government want us to initiate clinical trial in Cleveland Clinic, Abu Dhabi, and what else? The Mayo Clinic in Abu Dhabi, and then the other UAE area. So we are digging in it. And this is the comparison landscape that the all marketed drug, they have all hypertension, perforation, etc. We don't have that. What we have is a reversible capillary hemangioma with grade 1 and 2, which is cute. And as I said, the VISTA-antagonizing antibody is unique. VISTA expressed on MDSC and M2 macrophage to maintain immunosuppressive environment or tumor microenvironment. And when you break down the VISTA biology, you can shift immunosuppressive environment to immunosupportive environment. And PMC09 is doing it. And if you look at the comparison with marketed anti-PD-1 or CTLA-4, the VISTA antibody has a multiple mode of action, which will be beneficial for patients. And we have T-cell activity, we have monocyte activation, and we have anti-tumor effect in different models. And as you can see, it is always better to combine this anti-PD-1 antibody as green light. So ready for phase 1. And we are not the only one. So there's already Curis and Hummingbird and Fabre is phase 1. Curis VISTA antibody come from actually J&J. They terminated phase 1 due to the encephalopathy, the CRS issues. But Curis is doing it. And Hummingbird is the only one who can get the anti-PD-1 antibody. And the all other company didn't get it. And I persuaded to Hummingbird is IgG4 and ours is IgG1, and IgG1 has a much better clinical benefit compared to IgG4. That's why our partner decided to provide the drug for combo trial. PMC-403 is really exciting, but today I'm going to just touch in ophthalmology. These are the all marketed drugs, and as you can see, it's all anti-VEGFs. And it retards the progression of disease. But when you look at the wet AMD DLDME patient, they ultimately become blind. And why? Because these drugs just retard the disease progression, but they don't manage the inflammation. But once the patient was diagnosed as wet AMD, there is undetectable range of inflammation. And during the time, this inflammation is getting severe and severe, and then leave significant scar, and this scar damaged optical nerve system irreversibly, and that time you will become blind. So I think this drug performed well, but ultimately we have to manage from the beginning the inflammation and get out of this anti-VEGF world. And interestingly, the NG2 type 2 pathway always make a pathological condition. And when we are getting older, our body will getting older, but also inside of our body, the vessel will be getting older and less functional. And if you look at it in more details, type 2 intensity of elderly people's vessel decline. And that is somehow linked to dysfunctional vessel when we are getting older. So we cannot make a young older vessel to young people's vessel, but at least the remain limited type 2 PMC-403 can activate it and maintain some functional vessels. So we go for it. So PMC-403 can repair the leakiness like Eylea levels in mouse system, and also we made it the monkey system. And interestingly, in ERG test, our PMC-403 is better than Eylea. And also in terms of inflammation, it's better than Eylea. So we can think about as a monotherapy, but also if it is necessary, we can combine with Eylea together to bring better clinical benefit. So this is the message that the all anti-VEGF drug cannot manage inflammation, whereas PMC-403 manages the inflammation. And this is all completed. And PharmAbcine is the company who's doing type 2 activating antibody for ophthalmology area. Yeah. I hope that are we in time, right?
You've done fantastically. Does anyone have a question? If all is quiet, I'll quickly ask one then. What sort of investors are you looking for? I think you mentioned strategic.
Well, strategic and also equity. We are looking for M&A, joint venture. So actually, once we get the regulatory approval from Abu Dhabi Department of Health, we're going to initiate clinical trials in UAE, and they will also bring investors from Abu Dhabi. But there's a string attached that we have to form joint venture in Abu Dhabi. And I've never been, I mean, I'm 60 and I've never been there, so I'm still concerned. But if we have some funding from outside of Abu Dhabi and combine and then balancing this, issue, then it will be nice, because we don't want to be just Abu Dhabi company. Yeah.
And that geography, so you'll get some investment there, but will you
Yeah, yeah. And also we have a US-based subsidiary called Winkel Biopharm in South San Francisco. And this company is truly 100% US company. We have 100% ownership yet. We will file the all IP within this year. They have a platform technology to make an eye drop for wet AMD drugs. So the initial phase 1 will be Eylea eye drop in Stanford in end of 2023. And coming January, JP Morgan, I will start to raise Series A for this company too.
Fantastic. Thank you very
Okay, thank you.
much. Brilliant.